brothers and sisters, welcome. Uncles and aunts, welcome. Friends and neighbors, welcome. Separated couples, miserable together, but here is a show of faith for the kids today. Welcome. Welcome one and welcome all to Lake Compounce, the most historic, venerable amusement and water park in the world. On a beautiful sunny day. And I love this stage. I love this circuit. I love the Nathan's Famous hot dog qualifying circuit because it means summer is with us, and I love summer, ladies and gentlemen. Woo! The taste of a barbecued hot dog, the sound of baseball on the radio, summer. Endless walks on the beach, girls in flower dresses, a feeling of sand between your toes, body shots of Jägermeister, too many to remember really, at some cheesy bar in Wildwoods, summer. And the 4th of July hot dog eating contest. I love that stage in Coney Island because on that stage a battle occurs. It is a battle waged with hand speed and determined by stomach capacity. On the corner of Surf and Stillwell in 1916, Nathan Handwerker opened his first hot dog stand. It still stands today. It's a much bigger place, and it's a pilgrimage where 40,000 people will head to on the 4th of July. 2 of them will come from here. They're coming through Lake Compounce. The top performing man and the top performing woman in this event will qualify to compete. In all, we will have 7 or 8 gurgitators out here today. It's a small field, but it's a great field. We have people from all the way from Australia, Oklahoma, Texas, and Brooklyn. These gurgitators, these major league eaters will be up here. Their courage will be on display. Their will be tested. Their stomachs will be stretched like a pair of Lululemons on a Kardashian. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a Nathan's Famous qualifier right here in Lake Compounce, Connecticut. And I've got some officials here today. I've got the general manager, I believe. Keep it simple with Doug Hippo. He's one of my judges. Don't mess with this man. Not a competitive eater, but an active social leader from the looks of things. We've got a city council member representing District 1, Eric Rosengren. Dr. Rosen, welcome. And of course, the mayor. Give it up for Jeff Caggiano, Mayor Caggiano, with the Lake Compounce shirt. Represent. These are our judges. So if you could raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name. Do solemnly swear to uphold the rules and guidelines as put forward by the International Federation of Competitive Eating, the governing body of all stomach sport worldwide. You are established as judges. It's a yellow ribbon panel of judges. And now I've got card girls, but actually they're boys. From the Mike and Mary Show, please welcome Mike Stacy. Light 100.5, the Mike and Mary Show. He's got it on his shirt, in case you don't know what show he hosts. It's the Mike and Mary Show. You're going to be a counter. You're a card girl. We're happy to have you. And if you'd like, Mike, if you really want to do it, we've got this vest for you. And from Terryfield, where's Greg? Where's my guy? Here he is. He's definitely going to wear the vest. From Terryfield, another counter. Are you a Celtics fan as well? Oh, dude. We've got a great panel here. We can go to the next track. We're going to bring out these competitors.
Yeah.
All the way from Lumberton, Texas.
Yeah.
He is the breakfast eating champion of the world. Now I should qualify that it's the continental breakfast, not the Grand Slam or the full English. Please welcome Mark Frost. First time on the MLE table. Mark Frost. Also from Norway, Maine, where I spent summers as a kid. Mark, where are you comfortable?
Hold on.
This is what Joey Chestnut has eaten in 10 minutes at 76 Nathan's Famous hot dogs and buns. From Norwalk, Connecticut, a no-show, Rich Baker. How about a big boo for Rich? From Stillwater, Oklahoma, this lady typically spends Saturdays listening to Coldplay and Google imaging old boyfriends, but she flew here to Connecticut today to try and qualify for the 4th. Please welcome Addison Skaggs from Stillwater, Oklahoma. Down here. From Telford, Connecticut. Telford, I believe. I don't know where Telford is. Oh, that's right. From Telford, Pennsylvania, this man speaks of competitive eating in sommelier terms: mouthfeel, moisture release, resistance. But he's not pretentious. His Paris is not the Paris of Hemingway. His Paris is the Paris of the Hilton family. Sister of Nikki, friend of me to Nicole. Please welcome Josh Grady. Representing her borough of Brooklyn. My favorite eater, Jules Goldberg! Flew here to JFK actually, and made his way to Lake Compounce. He's the number 2 ranked eater in all of Australia. All the way from Sydney, ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for Killen Lee! From Sydney, Australia! I was with this guy yesterday in Washington, D.C., and he made his way back up the turnpike. He placed in the top 6, I believe, in the donut eating competition. He stopped at the Maryland House. And I'm mentioning the Maryland House on 95 because he's the kind of guy that might look a little scary. You pull into a place like the Maryland House, use your restroom, get a Diet Coke, and you see this guy and you're like, whoa, he's like combing his hair with a knife. But I happen to know him, and I happen to know that he's a very warm, affectionate guy. He's got twin teacup Yorkies called Matthew and Modine. And he's got ABBA lyrics in cursive on his left rib cage. Fernando lyrics, I'm not going to recite them right now. Please welcome, from Pocono Pines, Pennsylvania, George Sugar! Alright, I'll tell you, it's the winner takes it all, actually. It's just very simple little wispy ink. It says the winner takes it all. He's a competitive eater. Goes by the name Smorgasbord. Our next competitor is the number 2 ranked eater in the world, ladies and gentlemen. That's the world. Literally millions of people are worse at eating than this guy. He's a wing eating champion, 281 Hooters wings in 10 minutes. A donut hole eating champion, a taco eating champion. He's eaten 23.5 pounds of strawberry shortcake in 8 minutes. He is the strawberry shortcake eating champion of the world. He is from Oxford, Massachusetts. Please welcome Jeff Esper! Alright, so these guys, one thing I'm going to mention to you is these plates are how we're going to count, okay? So when you complete a plate, please place it under your other plate. It's a little windy today, which is good. It's good conditions for competitive eating. Not too hot, not too cold, little breeze. But definitely keep track of your plates. There are 5 hot dogs on each plate. I will tell this to our judges. 5 hot dogs on each plate. They must complete 5 before they move on to the next plate. I will deduct for detritus. I have a laser on it. If there's flotsam and jetsam in the drinks, I will deduct. If they dunk for more than 5 seconds, I will kick them off this stage and you will kick them out of this park. You'll kick them out of the park. You'll arrest them when they get out of the park. They complete 5, they move on to another plate of 5. If they eat a quarter of a hot dog, it doesn't count unless they eat the corresponding quarter of bun. Greg with the vest. Would somebody else like to be a card person? They'll get you a free t-shirt. You want to be a card person? Yes. Come on up. there's a staircase over here. So the Mike and Mary show, how long has that been on the air?
I've been on the air for 33 years, same show.
Great pipes on this guy. This is Mike. Where's Mary?
Mary's at a baseball game. Her 11-year-old son is in the semifinals today, Little League.
Little League semis. That's the state semis?
State semifinals.
What's the team?
St. Louis Cardinals.
Let's go Cards! So what happens in Terryfield, aside from watching the Girls Gone Wild series on repeat?
Kayaking, swimming.
Kayaking and swimming. Thank you for being here, Greg. And your name is? Angela, where are you from?
New York.
New York where? Big place.
Westchester.
Westchester where?
Peekskill.
Peekskill. I'm from the gritty back streets of Chappaqua. Yeah, we're not so far from one another. Oh yeah, Ossining. Why not take Ossining? All right, ladies and gentlemen, so this is a 10-minute competition. The competitors must eat both dog and bun. They finish 5, they move on to the next 5. We will give them more hot dogs. These are the greatest hot dogs in the world. They're the Nathan's famous hot dogs since 1916. We are headed to Coney Island. Hashtag Road to Coney if you're going to post this. Road to Coney. It's the Nathan's famous contest sanctioned by Major League Eating. I have EMTs, yeah? We've got our EMTs here. Don't try this at home. Safety first. I've got a yellow ribbon panel of judges comprised of GM Himple, the guy from the council, and of course Mayor Caggiano. We're going to cue up the go track, and we're going to count backwards from 10 when I begin. You guys ready?
My station is a female station.
Yeah, good. Good.
Okay.
I went to a town in California called Cupertino. They sell these little devices. It's got a stopwatch built right into it. If you're ever in Northern California, go to this place, Cupertino. They don't have like a regular sign. It's just a picture of an apple out front. Are we ready? Peekskill in the house. The 914 is represented. Count backwards from 10, 9, 8, there we go.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Starting! And just like that, we're underway. So, Mr. Himple, what's going on this summer here at the great Lake Compounce property?
All kinds of stuff. We've got Kids Fest going on right now, and obviously the Nathan's Hot Dog Eating Contest. We've got Blue and Bingo, who will be here next weekend.
You got a concert series?
We've got a concert series that starts next month. And then after that, we've got Beach Bash, and then our Phantom Fall Fest and Holiday Lights.
Can I get a season pass to Lake Compounce?
Talk to me after. I'm sure we can work out anything.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, we are 35 seconds into this competition. Jeff Esper is finishing his 8th hot dog in under a minute. That's an 8 dogs per minute, or in the parlance of Major League Eating, an 8 DPM. If you were able to sustain that, of course, the math would tell you that's a 10-minute contest. That would be 80 Nathan's famous hot dogs and buns. I don't think he's going to sustain it. Why should he? He'll probably win this competition.
That's my mom.
We're 1 minute in. From Lumberton, Texas, pace yourself. Mark, pace yourself. Find a rhythm. Sydney, Australia. Killenly is here. It's the beautiful Lake Compounce Lakeside Cafe, where Nathan's Famous will be available all season long. Not just hot dogs, they've got burgers, they've got chicken, they've got corn dog nuggets, all the items. Beverages. This man's been watching his tapes. He's separating dog from bun and breaking dog and bun in half. That's called the Solomon method. Ladies and gentlemen, we are 2 minutes, 26 seconds in. Jeff Esper in around 18, 15 for Killen, 13 for this man right here, George Sugar from Pocono Pines, Pennsylvania. To the Poconos, we call the highways, a pack of Franks and a big bag of Frito-Lays. That's a little Flavor Flav rap right there. I've invited Flavor to the 4th of July numerous times to be our official timekeeper. But his manager told me that he's got a shorty in Vegas and they always do a July 4 party out there, sadly. So I'm stuck to rap on my own. I go by Aqua Fresh Advanced Whitening, AKWA Fresh. Turn up the Aqua Fresh and turn down the 50. He's a television. I'm Xbox with Chicks. We do contests in Lake Compounce in Miami. If I was on Cheers, I would have been Sammy. If I was on Friends, I would have had Innocent Babs on a movie. Aqua Fresh just sneaking it. If I was on Ed, I would have been Ed busting this rhyme in that blonde girl's bed. 3 minutes, 30 seconds in. 16 for George Sugar. These are unofficial counts. We are 20 right now for Jeff Esper. Our Australian competitor, Killen Lee at 18, right on Jeff's heels. 3 minutes, 45 seconds in. 2 meats for Jeff. 2 meats, 2 buns. 2 meats, 2 buns. It's an efficient way to eat. Don't even have to snack in between lunch and dinner if you're Jeff Esper. You eat 40, 50 hot dogs and then you wait till 7, then you sit down to a nice proper meal.
Pushing, Coach. Keep pushing.
5 minutes and 25 seconds remain. Ladies and gentlemen, we are 5 minutes. Jeff Esper is approaching 30 hot dogs for our front runner halfway through this competition. Ladies and gentlemen, 30 hot dogs in 5 minutes. It's something about the air here, Lakeside Cafe, Lake Compounce. Member Rosengren, is everything looking clean up here?
Yes, very clean.
Very pretty neat eating when you consider it. Approaching 35, Jeff Esper keeping pace right now. 6 minutes, 10 seconds into this competition. Fewer than 4 minutes remain. Who will go on to represent Lake Compounce in Coney Island on July 4 at Nathan's Famous live on ESPN. It's Major League Eating. Follow us. MajorLeagueEating.com, at Eating Contest on Instagram, at Eating Contest on Twitter, formerly known as X. Ladies and gentlemen, 39 for Jeff Esper, 24 for Killen, 26 for George Sugar. I was told by Mike Sullivan at the Major League Eating headquarters that he thought Killen and Sugar would put up a battle against one another. They are cheek to jowl right now, separated by one hot dog. Unofficial counts. Jeff Esper out in front. Jules, number 7. Jules on 7. And our lady from Oklahoma, Addison, finishing up number 4.
Hey, this is what they've been waiting for?
Oh, keep going. If you can hit 15.
Mayor Caggiano, how's it looking right now? We've got just over 2 minutes remaining.
Well, with a name like Jeff, I have to wait for Jeff. But he's on pretty good pace. 51?
Bro, I like his record. I don't know his personal best.
I think you told me before. 51's a lot.
And we may break that today.
Paddy Wagon cut.
2 minutes remain. 2 minutes. We got a battle going on right here between George Sugar, Killen Lee, and of course Jeff Esper out in front with 43. 1 minute 45 seconds remaining. It's the Nathan's Famous Hot Dog Eating Contest right here at Lake Compounce, sanctioned by Major League Eating. Winners go on to compete on July 4 in Coney Island at the original Nathan's Famous since 1916. On the corner of Surf and Stillwell Avenues, it'll be live on ESPN. If you're not there, you're either dead or in jail, and if you're in jail, break out.
Trying to respect the walking with foreigns in my garages are foreign. Menage, and sucking and swallowing anything for $1. They tell me get them a dollar.
Little meat meal for the families.
I did for Mariah. Love down on fire. Icy as a hockey ring, Philly flyer. When I bought the Rolls Royce, they
A little something to help our boy from Philly picking it up right here.
rest in peace. Hey, to rest in peace. Rest in peace to the parking lot. Phantom so big, can't even fit in the parking spot. You ain't talking about Mike, then what you talking about? Gangsters moving silent, and I don't talk a lot. I don't say
1 minute 50 seconds. I'm sorry, 50 seconds remain. Sorry, 45 seconds now after that mistake. Bring him home, ladies and gentlemen. 30 seconds remain. 30 seconds. Seconds remain. Count backwards with me, Lake Compounce, from 10, 9, 8, 5. Stop eating. Stop eating. Put down your hot dogs. What's in your mouth counts. If anyone were to suffer an urge contrary to swallowing, they will be automatically disqualified. That's the golden rule of competitive eating.
what up?
No reversals of fortune. Fortunately, I haven't had to utter the dreaded phrase, Elvis has left the building. We've had some relatively clean eating. A little bit of detritus around Mr. Sugar. That was beautiful. That was a thing of beauty. Excuse me. We're just going through the counts here. got the results here from Lake Compounce. Thanks for joining us. We're going to see who's going on to Coney Island. I just wanted to recognize Addison from Oklahoma. With 4 3/4 hot dogs in 10 minutes. She actually will be able to eat dinner. In third place, ladies and gentlemen, with 28. Going home, Councilman, will you please give him the Jenga game? It's a knockoff Jenga game with a Nathan's box, and you get to bring that back to Australia and tell them how things are going here in the U.S., all right? Ladies and gentlemen, you haven't seen the last of them. Keelan Lee, 28. I want to say 20 right here. Pretty darn good. I probably should have played that Meek Mill a little earlier. In second place for the men, with 31, Nathan's famous hot dogs and buns. No prize, no gift, no nothing. George Sugar. Mayor Caggiano, we're going to give this to the top performing female who's going on to Coney Island on July 4. Please present the trophy, Mayor, to Jules Goldberg from Brooklyn, New York, with 6 3/4. Mr. Hippel, General Manager Guy, makes it all happen right here at Lake Compounce all summer. Come back multiple times. With 49.5, Nathan's famous hot dogs and buns, your Lake Compounce champion representing Connecticut in Coney Island this year, Jeff Esper! That'll do it, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Richard Shea from Major League Eating. Thank you so much for coming out. If our winners could just stay there so I can get a picture for our social media channels, gotta feed that gram, you know.